Las Vegas versus the villages in Florida. Well, for the most part, on my channel, I cover 55 plus lifestyle and communities here in Las Vegas. But the villages is the biggest 55 plus community in the world. And I get asked about it sometimes. People ask me which is a better place to move, the villages in Florida or one of the many communities that we have here in Las Vegas. Now, the villages gets all this attention, but is it actually better than what we have here in Las Vegas? Well, today I am breaking down the real differences between these two retirement hotspots based on the most popular things that people look for in these 55 plus communities, and I'll be comparing them both so that you can know exactly what is best for you. Hey, I'm Micah Bleecher, and I've called Las Vegas home for more than 20 years, and I truly love living here. I make these videos to share what makes this city so special and to help folks who are thinking about making Las Vegas their home too. And we're getting started on this video right now. And by the way, I'm working with clients right now just around the corner from Vistas Park in Altura, the executive neighborhood in the Paseos of Summerlin. Now they're in their 60s like me, but they have a young family, so that while a 55 plus community did not make sense for them, they still wanted luxury space and lifestyle that those communities often offer. And that's why they selected a really beautiful home in the Altura neighborhood over on Tramonto Street. It's one of the executive neighborhoods that Toll Brothers built. Now it's a huge home, 4,200 square feet, 4 beds, 5 baths, and a loft with a movie theater in it. It's a really nice home. It's got incredible strip views, mountain views, 360-degree mountain views all around, chef's kitchen. It's just absolutely beautiful. And it's in the heart of Summerlin here. And 55 plus living is not necessarily for everyone that's over 55 plus. And I just wanted you to know that there are plenty of options for people that have different needs, and Summerlin is one of them. I mean, this park behind me is fantastic. The Vistas Park here, it's springtime, and they have it all set up with the Easter Bunny. So they've got seasonal activities going on all over, pretty much in every park around Summerlin and around Las Vegas, suburban kinds of activities, very different than what you're used to when you think about Las Vegas from the standpoint of the Strip and our entertainment capital of the world. Our suburbia here is pretty nice. They've got a swimming pool here, they've got recreational facilities, and this is just available for the residents of Summerlin here. So anyone that lives in Summerlin can come over here, hang out, walk, check out the area, participate with their kids in one of these seasonal events like they have the Easter Bunny. They're getting ready to line up for that here pretty quick. I think it's a great alternative to Florida. Anyway, you tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Now, before we dive into specific differences, let's quickly cover what the Villages actually is for those who might not be familiar. What exactly is the Villages, and why does it get so much attention? How do the Villages compare to Las Vegas retirement communities in terms of scale? What are the basic differences in how these communities are structured? What are the population sizes and community layouts like? Now, I'm standing here at the guard-gated entrance of Sienna, one of the 28 55 plus communities that we have here in town. And this one's very different. This one has a Tuscany feel to it, and you can see how nice it is. It's guard-gated, and it's got these date palms that line the street as you go into the neighborhood. And to my left is the Sienna Golf Course. So this neighborhood has a golf course that's attached to it. It meanders all through the neighborhood, and it's absolutely beautiful in here. But let's start with what the Villages actually is. Now, if you haven't heard about it, the Villages is basically this massive retirement community in Central Florida, about an hour northwest of Orlando. And when I say massive, I mean it is literally like its own city, spanning 32 square miles across 3 counties. As a matter of fact, it actually is its own city. It has a mayor, it has a city council, it has property taxes and elections. It's a big place. It's gotten tons of attention as the Disney World for retirees. When I'm doing my research, that is kind of how a lot of the town squares look. They look kind of manufactured and Disney-esque, I guess you could say. Now, there's over 138,000 residents all living in this self-contained community with its own town squares. In fact, there's 28 town squares, shopping centers, and even healthcare facilities. It's big. And guess what? There's 60,000 properties just in this one area alone, and they're planning to double it over the next 10 to 15 years. Literally double this city in size. It's incredible. Now, here in Las Vegas, Our approach is completely different. Instead of one mega community, we have 28 different active adult communities spread throughout the entire valley, which is roughly 26 by 28 miles. Now, collectively, the Las Vegas communities house around 60 to 70,000 residents, so the total number of Las Vegas Area 55 homes is about half, but the setup is completely different to what they have there in the villages. Now, our communities like Sun City, Summerlin, or Sienna, where I'm standing right now, have their own distinct neighborhoods with their own personalities and amenities, but they're integrated into the broader Las Vegas area rather than being separated from everything else. Now, this creates a completely different lifestyle experience that we'll get into more as we go through this comparison. Now, around 36% of the population here in Las Vegas is over 50, and that's around 700 to 900,000 people, depending on the last census count. So only about 10 or 15% of the people over 55 actually live in 55 plus communities. For most retirees, the amenities of the city of Las Vegas is enough. I mean, you could say we are the amenity capital of the world. We have so much going on here in Las Vegas. There is never nothing to do. So really the comparison is so different between the villages and retiring in Las Vegas. It's stark. Now that we understand about the basic differences in the structure, let's talk about one of the biggest factors in any retirement decision, and that's location and what that means for your lifestyle. Now, for talking point number 2, it's a busy day at the Summerlin Mall. They've got the vintage market going on. That's like a twist on the farmers market that they usually have here. And over here over my left shoulder, we've got the outdoor roller rink behind me. So there's a lot of activity. A lot of people are having fun today. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Florida versus Nevada as states to live in. Now, what are the key differences between Florida and Nevada as states? Now, how do natural disasters impact each location? What are the climate and weather differences? How does the geographic location affect family visits and travel? What are the entertainment and lifestyle differences based on the location? Now, this is huge because where you choose to retire and ultimately live isn't just about the community, it's about the entire state experience. Well, first, let's talk taxes. Both states have no income tax, which is great, but Nevada, especially here in Clark County, we have significantly lower property taxes than Florida. Now, insurance costs in Florida are also considerably higher. In fact, they're skyrocketing in some areas, especially with all of the increasing hurricane activity and sinkhole activity. Now, speaking of which, natural disasters are a very serious consideration. Now, in Florida, you're dealing with the hurricane season every year, sinkholes, and other issues, and those skyrocketing insurance rates that I mentioned. Now, here in Vegas, we're pretty sheltered from most natural disasters. We do have a little bit of an earthquake risk, but mostly we really don't have the kind of natural disasters that you see in the coastal states at all. Now, there's the weather, of course. Now, I hear from clients all the time that they thought they wanted that humidity until they actually lived in it year-round. Florida, like Houston, where I used to live, is hot and humid. And while Las Vegas gives you that dry heat that many people find more comfortable, especially those with respiratory issues, arthritis, plus we get those year-round sunny days, almost 300 days a year, which are pretty doggone hard to beat. And now let's talk about visitors. Now, this is something people don't think about enough when retiring. Your family is way more likely to visit you in Las Vegas than the villages. Think about it. Las Vegas is a destination city that people actually plan vacations all around. Now, when your kids or grandkids come to visit, they've got world-class entertainment, shows, restaurants, and now all of the major professional sports teams like the Las Vegas Raiders, our Stanley Cup champion Golden Knights, our WNBA Aces. I mean, we've got one team after another. Now we've got professional baseball coming here, plus we've got minor league teams. Orlando has Disney, which I love, and Epcot Center and the MGM theme park, which I love, but the Villages itself, it's not exactly on most people's vacation bucket list. It's just not. And that brings me to accessibility. Las Vegas has one of the busiest airports in the country with direct flights virtually everywhere, right? They're going everywhere. So not only is it easier for your family to visit you and more likely, but it's also easier for you to travel just about anywhere you want to go. Now, if you have family on the East Coast, Florida might seem closer, but the flight connections from Las Vegas are so good that it often doesn't make a practical difference. Well, now that we've covered the state's difference, let's take a look at something that affects your daily life, the community, vibe, and lifestyle that you're getting ready to move into. Now, I'm walking through the lawn area on the back side of the Summerlin Mall, where they've got this vintage market going on today. Oftentimes they've got farmers markets right here. And then to my right here, as I'm passing by, it is the outdoor roller rink they have here at Summerlin Mall. And people love skating around on that, of all ages, by the way. And these outdoor malls are all over Las Vegas. I mean, you've got one here in Summerlin, you've got one going in at the curve on the southwest side of town. You've got one on the south side of the strip. You've got one in downtown Las Vegas, and they're talking about building another one in North Las Vegas. So this whole outdoor mall concept has really taken off. People really seem to like them. The weather here is so nice in Las Vegas most of the time that it's just not an issue. The heat in the summer, if people need to buy something, they come here in an air-conditioned car and they just park and they go in and get whatever they need. But most days are really nice. Today's a little overcast and absolutely beautiful. People are in shorts, summer wear, and it's an absolutely beautiful Saturday afternoon, and I'm glad that you're with me here on this walking tour. Well, I'm standing here in front of a brand new feature in Summerland, right next to downtown Summerland, and that's the brand new Whole Foods grocery store, which everybody loves. And this is a beautiful building. I'm standing here to get a little bit of quiet space. It's not quite open yet. They're putting the finishing touches on the store, and there's a Starbucks coffee shop over there and a couple other little stores next to the Whole Foods, but it's absolutely beautiful and should be open in a few weeks. Now, the lifestyle changes in these two places could not be more different, and this is probably the biggest factor in which one would be right for you. Now, the Villages is what I call a total immersion retirement experience. Everything is centered around senior living. All your neighbors are retirees. All the activities are designed for seniors. Now, you're basically living in this bubble created specifically for people in their golden years. Yes, they've got 3,000 social clubs and activities. That's amazing. I've never heard of one with that many, right? There's 24 town squares that each have their own little entertainment areas and restaurants and things like that. There are even 50 golf courses in the Villages. So it's like being on a giant cruise ship that never ends. There's always something organized for you to do and something going on everywhere at the Village. Now, Las Vegas communities, on the other hand, give you more of a balanced approach. You're in an age-restricted community with people that are in your own life stage. The amenities are geared towards active adults, but you're also a part of the greater Las Vegas community. Now, you can enjoy your community clubhouse and golf courses in the morning and then head to the strip for world-class entertainment or a show or a sporting event in the evening. You can have your grandkids stay with you and take them to attractions around the city. It's retirement without living in the bubble. If you're living here, you have access to everything, no matter which one of our 28 communities you ultimately choose. Now, another big difference is the HOA situation. In the Villages, there is a very uniform approach to what your community looks like and how it functions. Now, in Las Vegas, each of our 28 communities has its own personality and levels of restrictions. Some are way more laid back, while others are more structured, and you get to choose which one fits your lifestyle the best. Now, I also find that Las Vegas communities tend to attract a slightly more diverse age range. You'll find active 55-year-olds who are working part-time alongside people well into their 80s. The Villages tends to skew a bit older, on the other hand. Now, the question really comes down to this. Do you want your retirement to be a complete lifestyle change where you're completely immersed in a senior-focused world? Or do you want to maintain connections to a diverse, vibrant city while still enjoying the benefits of an active adult community? Or is a 55-plus community even for you? I've got many clients who choose to live outside of 55-plus communities, and there are no shortage of activities here in Las Vegas for people who want to do that. Now, let's talk about something that becomes increasingly important as we age, and that's healthcare access and quality medical care. Now, healthcare becomes a top priority as we age. Whether we like it or not, our bodies just kind of wear down, and there are significant differences between these two locations that could impact your quality of life. How do healthcare options compare between these two locations? What are the health impacts of the different climates. How does the cost of living affect the quality of health in retirement? What are the long-term sustainability issues for each location? Now, Las Vegas has seen tremendous growth in our healthcare infrastructure over the past decade. We now have top medical centers like the Cleveland Clinic, the Lou Ruvo Brain Center, the University Medical Center, and also the Kirk Kerkorian School of Medicine. Now, I'm standing over here in front of Summerlin Hospital, and all of this is very easily accessed from any of the 55+ neighborhoods in Summerlin, and there are also other very convenient medical center locations very nearby here as well. Most of our communities are also built with healthcare accessibility in mind, with medical offices and pharmacies nearby as well, so you'll see that type of infrastructure all over the place. Now, to be fair, the Villages does have its own healthcare system, which is convenient, but you're somewhat limited to those options unless you're willing to travel to Orlando for specialized care. Now, some of my clients who've lived in both places tell me that they prefer the broader range of specialists that are available here in Las Vegas. There's also the climate factor. Many people just don't realize how much weather impacts our health as we age. Now, the humidity in Florida can worsen many respiratory conditions, arthritis, and other joint issues. Las Vegas's dry climate, on the other hand, is often recommended by doctors for people with these conditions. Now, I've had numerous clients tell me that their arthritis pain has decreased a bit by moving to our drier climate. Now, I've lived in Houston, I've lived in extremely humid climates, and for me, that is true. I do better, I feel better in a much drier climate. I was not the type of person that got along well with all that severe humidity in Houston, and it's very much the same in Orlando with the humidity. Now, the cost of living is another factor in the quality of life during retirement. Now, while home prices might be comparable to the Villages area, depending on which community you choose, the overall expenses in Las Vegas tend to be lower than in Florida when you factor in insurance costs, property taxes, HOA fees, and day-to-day expenses. Now, your retirement dollars simply stretch further here, giving you much more freedom to enjoy the golden years. We get to keep a little bit more of our gold when we're here. Now, Florida does have the tax-free situation as far as income tax, just like Las Vegas does, but there are many other factors to consider. Now, there are also long-term sustainability issues to consider. Now, Florida faces increasing hurricane threats, rising insurance costs. Las Vegas does have water conservation challenges with Lake Mead, but our communities have been leaders in adopting desert landscaping and conservation measures to address those issues. In fact, I am so proud of Las Vegas and what we've been able to accomplish. We recycle nearly every drop of water that goes down the drain. We are one of the world leaders in water conservation, not just in the United States. Now, it all comes down to making the correct choice for you. And that's what we're covering next. Now, after researching both locations extensively, and I spent a lot of time and helping hundreds of clients make the decision here, I've noticed some clear patterns about who thrives where. Now, the Villages tends to be perfect for people who want a completely structured retirement with activities planned for them, and they are surrounded by people their own age all the time. Now, it's for people who love golf. There are 50 golf courses in the Villages. There are 50 golf courses in the entire city of Las Vegas. For a comparison on that, the Villages truly is a golfer's paradise if that's what you're looking to spend the rest of your days doing. Now, it's also for people who want a more uniform and predictable community experience. Now, I've been looking at the clubhouses and the rec centers that they have over at the Villages, and quite frankly, they are very different than what we have over here. They seem to be a bit more traditional, a bit more Southern style, maybe a bit more old-fashioned, you could say. They all have themes that are very traditional, and it's something that you just have to check out. I highly recommend checking it out and seeing how that feels to you, because that's really the only person who can decide is you. Have to decide how these communities feel to you. Now, the Villages and Florida in general is also for people who prefer humidity and being closer to the East Coast. Now, in Las Vegas, the people who tend to move here, they tend to be ideal for people who value their independence, creating their own retirement experience, because there are so many different ways to go here in Las Vegas. It's for people who want access to world-class entertainment, world-class dining, world-class cultural experiences, and also now world-class sporting events. Las Vegas now has it all. Las Vegas is for people who prefer a dry climate and minimal natural disaster risks. Las Vegas is also for people who want their families to actually visit them regularly. Look, Las Vegas is a destination city where people like to go. People come here to party. They come here for conventions. I really think that if a person moves here, they've got a much better chance of having friends and family visit them from all over the country and even all over the world. Las Vegas is for people who appreciate having the options between the different types of communities, right? The Villages is kind of one size fits all. First of all, the homes in Florida are very different than what we have here. We have more of the Mediterranean stucco style. There, they have more of the Florida style, the southern style with vinyl siding and then the screened-in porches to keep all the bugs out. You'll see a lot of differences when you start researching the different homes between the two areas. Now, the biggest regret I hear from people who chose the wrong location is that they didn't spend enough time in both places and enough time researching. So I strongly recommend that if you're considering one or the other, that you really spend a lot of time researching and actually put your boots on the ground over there in the Villages and see what that feels like. Come over here to Las Vegas, see what this area feels like, see how it vibes for you, because really, you're the only one that can make that decision. I can't make that decision for you. I can't say Las Vegas is better for you, only you can. I know one thing, Las Vegas is better for me. I love it here. So before deciding, make sure that you do spend a little time in each one of the areas and fully investigate what you're getting ready to invest the next part of your life in, maybe the rest of your life. It's important to come here to Las Vegas. I want you to see how it feels actually to be here in Las Vegas. I can tell you that living in Las Vegas is quite a bit different than when you're on vacation on the Strip. There's really no comparison to that. You really need to spend time, maybe get a room in one of the outlying hotels, maybe at the Red Rock Casino in Summerlin, and stay in the area that you're thinking about moving in. Same goes for the Villages. Don't just trust the brochures. Experience it firsthand. Go down there. Rent an Airbnb. In fact, there's lots of Airbnbs. Like I mentioned, in the Villages, they don't have restrictions like we do here. There's one company that's in charge of all the building and the sales, and they allow Airbnbs. So you can actually go down there and get an Airbnb and check it out for yourself. Those homes are probably pretty good for investors because they allow that. Not sure if I want the Airbnb experience right next door to me, that's for sure. Now remember, this isn't just about where you're going to live, it's about how you're going to live. Now, the community that you ultimately choose is going to shape your daily experiences, it's going to shape your social circles, it's going to shape your access to healthcare and even your family relationships for years to come. So take the time to truly consider which lifestyle aligns with your vision of retirement before making that decision. So here's a little bit of summary of some of the differences. So entertainment, Las Vegas, of course, world-class, 24/7. In the Villages, it's local entertainment. It's very charming, but also very limited. Now, activities here in Las Vegas, well, we've got world-class outdoor activities, which a lot of people don't know about, Red Rock Canyon and Mount Charleston and a number of other places, but clearly we've got an edge on the nightlife. Now in the Villages, of course, they have lots of recreation, club-based lifestyle, but that's kind of what you get there because it's all pretty self-contained in that large area with all those people. Now, when it comes to dining experiences, we've got global, gourmet, 5-star, Michelin restaurants. I mean, we have it going on. Just pretty much every famous restaurateur in the world wants to have a place here. In fact, one of my crushes, Martha Stewart's getting ready to open the Bedford, one of her new restaurants. I'm very excited to go eat at Martha's new restaurant. Now in Florida, it's mostly casual dining, mostly chain restaurants, American style. And you know, for a lot of people, that's what they like. For me, I need to have more diversity. I want to be able to go get sushi. I want to go get cheap Vietnamese. I want to go to a French restaurant. I want to be able to go get some street tacos down on Decatur Street over at La Herederas. They have some of the best street tacos at that market that I've ever eaten. I want to have that kind of diversity within about 20 minutes of where I live, and that's what we have here in Las Vegas. Now, of course, when it comes to sports, we weren't a big sport town when I got here, but man, now we are. We've got football, we've got championship hockey, championship ladies basketball, Major League Baseball is coming, the NBA is coming. Pretty much every major league sport is going to be here in Las Vegas. Now in the Villages, it's recreational leagues, golf, pickleball, it's all great. We have all of that kind of stuff here too, but we also have all of the major leagues and we have a number of minor league teams. We have a baseball park in downtown Summerlin for the Aviators that's supposed to be the best minor league baseball park in the entire country. The Golden Knights practice right next door at the City National Arena, and that's the same place that the UNLV hockey team practices. So, I mean, there's just something going on, whether it's major league, minor league, college. There are sports happening all around. You've got sports books all around town. You can go place a bet, drive 5 minutes and go place a bet just about anywhere at one of the local casinos in the outer lying areas. Now, when it comes to diversity, I mean, we've got a lot of diversity here. My wife and I call this place the United Nations. We've got so much diversity here. It's multicultural, and when it comes to the villages in Florida, well, it's going to be not a lot of diversity. It's a lot more homogenous. And again, some people like that homogenous lifestyle, but as for me, I like diversity. I like having friends from all over the world, and I like being around different cultures. I enjoy that. I feel like I'm a richer person by being around different cultures, and that's what we have here in Las Vegas, more so. Now, the general feel in Las Vegas, well, it's definitely more of a resort style feel here. You've got the suburbs, which is very suburban, but all of the 55 and older communities have resort style pools, and that's really not quite the case in Florida. The feel of the villages, recreational centers are not necessarily resort style. They're functional, they're nice. The pictures I've seen are beautiful, but they didn't have the fitness focus, and they just didn't have that resort feel that the facilities here in Las Vegas has at the 55 plus communities that I frequent. So there's quite a bit of differences between here in Las Vegas. And I would say that the one thing you never see in Las Vegas, and I see these little memes on the internet, I find some old lady having to smack an alligator in the head with a frying pan. And, you know, alligators do live in Orlando, and they live in the water around the golf courses at the villages and everywhere else in southern Florida, and you do have to deal with them once in a while. And so that is something I have never seen here in Las Vegas. I've never seen an old lady have to beat up an alligator. And so if that's important to you, you're not going to probably find that here in Las Vegas. Well, if you're trying to decide between Las Vegas and the villages, or just want to explore what Las Vegas retirement communities have to offer, I'd love to help you. I can arrange personalized tours of our communities that match your preferences, budget, and connect you with current residents who can share their experiences. Just call or text me at the number on your screen, and let's find the perfect retirement community that matches your unique lifestyle. And if you want to see more specific comparisons of Las Vegas retirement communities, check out my video right here where I take you on a tour of Sun City Summerlin and Sienna, two of our most popular communities. I'll give you a real feel of what daily life is like in Las Vegas retirement communities. My name's Micah Bleecher, and I'm always here to help you find the perfect place to call home. I'll see you on the next video, friends. Love you.